Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, this is a kind of off the cuff, what the hellness. Doku has some things he wants to say about a gentleman, and he will tell you all about him prior to this, I hope. I will be playing Minecraft for your eyes to watch while you're listening to Doku scream like an absolute loon. Okay, Doku, all yours, buddy.
Okay, yeah, and if anybody wants to say something, obviously Jensen's going to be playing Minecraft, so say something in the chat, and I will let him know because I will be watching the chat. Other than that, yeah, I really want to call out the amazing Lucas because if for the past couple of weeks, kind of been annoying me a little bit, just just a bit. And before we get started, Jensen, are we on Dodge's channel?
Yes.
I am oddly not seeing it in my notifications.
That's kind of strange because it's just put a notification into the server.
That is indeed quite odd. Well, I'll just go ahead and search for it. Again, if anybody's listening and they want in, say something in the chat.
Yep.
YouTube, what the hell, man? Why do you do this, YouTube?
YouTube being YouTube. If you want me to have a check, let me know. But I don't know what the hell I'm supposed to be doing.
All right, now it's there. So
Okay, good.
yeah,
Yay.
no, it was it was broadcasting. It just I didn't get a notification. So good job, YouTube. Thank you, Susan. You're doing a real stand-up job there on your end. We all appreciate it. You're definitely there helping out the creators. We are indebted to you and your endless, tireless service. Anyways,
That almost sounded believable. It really did. That was
I
impressive.
tried.
Okay.
I did my best. I'll go ahead and drink for my very yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and drink. And hello, Jim. I see you in the chat. He was saying he is censored again. Just dropped a link. So yeah, check that out. Jim, if I could, if you drop a link in a Discord or DM or something, I'll drop it in the chat for you.
Yep.
But anyways,
Yeah.
now now that the technical difficulties have been worked out, it wouldn't be a red ice stream without them.
It wouldn't, would it?
It really wouldn't. It wouldn't feel right.
This is what you call old school. Okay. Apart from the fact that we need MC sitting here screaming, "No, Dodge, you're wrong."
Yeah, I'm gonna miss that too.
Yeah.
But so the Amazing Lucas, for those of you that don't know, Amazing Lucas, if you have heard of him, did a lot of SJW stuff or anti SJW stuff back past couple of years. He calls himself a conscious conservative or thinking conservative, what have you. I don't know what he means by that. I honestly don't really care. It's kind of the same way I don't care about when people call themselves democratic socialist or whatnot. You're either a socialist or not, or you're conservative or you're not. I don't know why you guys are trying to continue to fracture your identity based upon broad brush terms that were always meant to be broad brush terms. It's stupid to begin with. It was always stupid. It was stupid then. It's stupid now. Stop. Just stop it. So most people you'll find go after the Amazing Lucas for being a bit of a PlayStation Sony fanboy and making fun of he calls them Xbots, which yeah, the console wars, they continue. Why you don't have a computer?
Yeah. too technical for him, and that's coming from me, so that's bad.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys are still hung up about consoles. I still think the only viable one is Nintendo, and that's because Nintendo has made sure it maintains the only viable console. Because, yeah, sure, I'll wait a year and a half. I'll still be able to play that game on PS5 on PC.
Mhm.
I don't really care that much about the PlayStation versus Xbox plastic console war nonsense that goes on. Like, okay, whatever. But you will find a lot of people going after Lucas, talking about him essentially being a bit of a spurg for PlayStation. And if you don't know what I mean, I suggest you go check out Griffin Gaming. He has some good videos highlighting Lucas being a bit of a spurg. Which before I really dig into him, I'll be fair. I don't mind the amazing Lucas being a bit of a spurg because it provides me with entertainment, and it provides channels like Griffin Gaming to criticize him and provide entertainment. I'm okay with this. You want to be a spurg on the internet? Be my fucking guest. I do not give a shit. This is the issue I have with the amazing Lucas. So lately he's been going on talking about Republicans and racism, and there's a lot of racist Republicans, this and that. Yeah, kind of the same shtick, same shit, different day.
Mm-hmm.
So when you hear Lucas start talking about these things, he'll very often talk about white conservatives, white Republicans, and how there's racism in the Republican Party. Which, yeah, dude, racism exists. We fucking get it. But Lucas, when you start criticizing all your people like this, especially people who don't agree with you, people that live in Oklahoma and might have some family members in the family tree that are your sons and daughters or related, and you're saying stuff like this, talking about white people that want to talk about black people, and I just don't understand about the black on black crime rate, and this is kind of the voice you use to try to paint with that broad brush that racism is a bad thing, but they just don't get it because you know what you're doing, Lucas? You're doing the exact same shit that you're criticizing. The same way that you criticize Steven Crowder for being racist, for making some admittedly very bad jokes. I will give you that. I actually agree with you on that point. The clips that you showed the other day. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, they're jokes. They're really bad jokes.
Are we talking dad jokes here?
No, okay. No. This was Crowder talking about black farmers, and some people made some jokes, very bad ones, about wasn't agriculture and the black community back in the days of slavery kind of a thing, and not looked well upon. Wasn't there something that happened in the past history of the country that kind of might make this a sensitive subject? But that's where Crowder's getting all that racist bad taste backlash from, which fair enough criticism. That's fine. I get where you're coming from. I understand. But Lucas, when you start talking about people like this, but then you're going to talk about Steven Crowder being racist and all the flyover country white Republicans talk like this, and we think all those blonde girls with the plastic boobs and the big lips and the fancy eye makeup and the face paint and stuff, we think they're all Barbie dolls and they look pretty. But we see this every day because we live in LA, man. You sound like a coastal elite fucking self-absorbed prick. And also a bit racist. It's kind of fucking hypocritical, don't you think? If you want to go after something like that, if you're trying to point out hypocrisy and if that's your whole shtick, at least make that known. But if you're just saying like, oh, flyover country all talks like this, bro, you're just as fucking bad as Crowder making some fucking offbeat, tasteless jokes that are extremely tone deaf. You're doing the same shit, bro. What do you not understand about that? It once or twice, okay, whatever. It tone deaf, sure, but it's a joke. But then you turn around and criticize Steven Crowder and go, yeah, he's a racist for talking about black farmers because you've been doing the same shit, dude. Like that shit's annoying. And if you can't see that that shit is annoying, dude, I do not tell you. I do not know what to tell you. If this is going above your head, the people that are calling you the big A word, slow learning thing that's usually attributed to children, you're kind of proving their point, man. Especially, and I've watched Amazing Lucas. I don't hate the guy. I like some of his opinions. I disagree with others, obviously. But when you have people call in on your show and you roast them and everything. I've been roasted before. That's cool. You can roast people. You can make fun of people. That's fine. If you're calling in on a show, you better expect to be fucking roasted. Especially if the title of the fucking stream is Disagreement Day, and the guy, yeah, Lucas is not exactly subtle about the fact that he fucking roasts people. If he roasts me, if he ever hears about this, I fully expect him to roast me. That's perfectly fucking fine. I'm putting my opinion out there on the internet, just like he does, just like anybody that calls into his show, it should expect to be roasted. Your opinion's going to be out there. It doesn't mean you're free from criticism, which is why I'm also here to criticize Lucas for this. If somebody calls in on your show and you say, "Oh no, you're just racist," and you fucking mute them or boot them, like, and so like, "Oh no, dumb, waste of time," it doesn't make you look good. Yeah, you're gonna have people that call in that are gonna be stupid and say shit just to waste your time or sit there and troll you and be a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's gonna happen. When this happens consistently over and over and over again, especially when maybe one or two of those people out of, I don't know, let's be generous, say 10, actually have a valid point to make, and you just go, nah, fuck you, bro, you're racist, yeet, and you just block them, mute them, kick them off, bro, that kind of makes you look fucking soft. That makes you look weak, especially when you're gonna sit there and talk about people like this, Lucas. What about them crime rates in the Chicago? Because them farmers in Idaho making all the corn, they don't know anything about the struggles of the people living in the cities because they're just too dumb and too white, Lucas. I get it. Hey, bro, we could both do this all fucking day. It comes off as stupid and fucking ignorant. If you want to do it as a fucking joke, dude, do it as a fucking joke. It's not valid criticism. It's not clever. It's not that fucking funny. And damn, does it get old. At least come up with a new shtick. To be fair, his last night's stream where he was talking with a very, very, very bad British accent was a much funnier shtick.
Oh.
It was bad.
How bad?
It was bad.
Okay. Would I have reacted badly to this, I'm guessing?
Probably. Yeah, probably. I won't even try to find a way to sugarcoat it. Yeah, probably.
Okay.
But it was bad enough that you could actually laugh at it because it admittedly bad accent and it slipped all the time. He was trying to pretend to be a doctor, but not Dr. Lucas. It was kind of a funny shtick.
Yeah.
Not the best shtick in the world, but I'm not sure if he was making fun of Jordan B. Peterson or he had the like fake glasses on. I'm not sure who he was making fun of. Mm-hmm. It was funny enough to not be off-putting to the point where I just wanted to go watch something else.
Yeah.
That said, it was very very clearly a shtick, and if anybody's going to criticize him over putting on a shtick, like, don't. And the reason I say that is I get when things are shticks. I get when they're supposed to be jokes. But Lucas, when you do this over and over, talking about people like that's a legit criticism, once or twice is one thing. There comes a point in time when you do it enough with the way you talk about people, you start to wonder, is this a shtick? Or have you been living in LA too long? I'm not sure, and I'm sure I'm not the only one who's wondering, have you gone full coastal elite on us? Do you think that every person who lives in some urban area in would-be flyover country is just a red state racist Republican? Because you've been talking about it a lot, dude. I'm sure some people would like to know. And the ones that try to ask you the question that aren't complete bumbling idiots, you end up yeeting off your show. Lucas, are you maybe falling into the trap of becoming that which you hate? I know you've been talking about racism a lot.
You want to tell us something, buddy? Is there, is there something you want to say? Are you dropping subtle hints here?
Yeah, and Farty is asking for the link, just so you know, Jensen. Sorry I didn't get to that sooner, Farty. I was on a bit of a rant there.
Okay, give me a moment. Farty to check Discord DMs now.
But yeah, the whole reason I bring this up is because the whole talking like this, talking about people that might not be so well learned, is not a new thing on the internet. It's just not. I'll do this all the time. Tell you, it can be funny. I mean, I don't mind eating some bacon and having some cornbread from time to time. I've lived in some areas that are a little bit rural. We're kind of simple folk down there. It's okay. Life's a little bit slower, a little bit less stressful over there than the LAs and the New Yorks. Yeah, y'all always running around a little bit too quick, worrying too much about anything when you just got to take a deep breath. There's even a cartoon show that some of you might know by King of the Hill, where even Texans make fun of other Texans. And I used to live in Texas, so fuck you, I can say this. Or even people like Boom Hair talk about like this, but there's certain people in areas of Texas, kind of out there in the sticks, the boonies, and they actually do kind of talk like this. You can't really tell what they're saying, but it happens. And it's kind of a voice, kind of an accent, a bit of a stereotype. If you don't know what I'm saying. Yeah, we can all do that. When you start doing it enough, when you're only talking about a certain type of subject, it would be kind of just as bad as when someone like Crowder goes, well, yeah, man, I planted a Hennessy tree, but it wasn't XO. It's not growing, man. I'm finna plant a better tree. What the fuck, man? Yeah, everybody can have fucking racial stereotypes, but you're gonna sit there and call out Crowder for doing jokes and making fucking, stereotypical voices when you do the same shit. Pot meet fucking kettle.
Hey,
Farty, what's up?
Evening, all. So what's this shit about? It's now illegal or it's now there's a digital blackface if you use any Oprah Winfrey memes from. Hang on, the funniest part about it is like if you only use Oprah Winfrey as digital blackface when she's doing that Harry and thing, fucking. It was a ginger and it or whatever the fuck it was. But it's all right to use Harry. It's not all right to use Oprah because that's digital blackface. But hang on, isn't fucking it supposed to be a fucking black Sheila too?
Yeah.
I want to point out the funny part about this. You have one of the richest women on the face of the planet, who happens to be black, interviewing two members of the royal family.
Not anymore.
Much to the chagrin of the royal family,
and
sharing memes about it is being criticized as digital blackface because you're criticizing an interview that a billionaire black woman did with two members of the royal family.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you about this one right now, but it just kind of sounds a little bit like bullshit to me. Or maybe I'm just too simple for that though. Got to go eat my cornbread.
Apparently, dear old Meghan Markle is thinking about running for American president. For all of those who live in America who's thinking this don't sound quite right, I've done some minor checking, and apparently there is absolutely no way on God's green earth she's actually allowed to, because she gave up her American citizenship to join England as one of the royals. So if she gets to go for president, then Boris Johnson is going to be your president at a later point. Just enjoy yourself. You may as well just go with it. It's a lot easier this way.
I'm pretty sure we definitely have a strong opinion about foreign nationals being represented in the United States government. But what do I know? I'm just a simple man.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, bad sneeze. I heard it. Yeah.
But yeah,
Mhm.
buddy, another funny one I heard about that too was that fucking apparently someone made racist comments about her baby, and deep seated old school racism in the royal family and all this, and you're sitting there going, yeah, it's Prince Philip, isn't it? Oh, we're not saying who it is, but we're alluding to Prince Philip doing it. And it was like, yeah, and we're expecting it. Fuck, was it 6 or 7 years ago? Jimmy Carr actually did a fucking joke about it. I'd love to see what would happen if fucking Harry married a black Sheila just to hear what the Duke of Edinburgh had to say about it.
Mhm.
Like, okay, yeah, righty. Okay, so sky's blue, grass is green. Prince Philip's a racist. Yes. Is there anything else you discovered today? You flick these little buttons on the walls, the lights turn on. Yay.
He's not
Good for
wrong.
you. Pat on the head. See you later, little girl. Go run off and play tea parties.
Yeah.
Well, since this is actually on topic, and it actually does lead to a conclusion that I wanted to touch on eventually,
Mhm.
it's almost like people are fucking judgmental, and judgmental people are usually assholes. Whether they're judging you based on race, ethnicity, gender identity, sexual preference, country of origin, religion, where you live, where you came from, what you choose to eat, what car you drive, what color your fucking shoes are, or whether you choose to buy a PlayStation or a fucking Xbox. It's almost like discrimination exists in almost every fucking aspect of human life. Throw a dart at the fucking dartboard. If you don't like that aspect of reality, well, tough shit.
Mhm.
It's gonna happen. God forbid people discriminate. People like Coke, they don't like Pepsi. People like Dr. Pepper, they don't like Coke. Oh my god, they're discriminating. They're sodaist. Get fucking over it.
No,
If it's really
dude, you made a mistake right there. Okay, you have just created the new thing for them to hate on. Okay, Sodarist is going to become a thing. Take note of the date, people. This is the day that Sodarist came into existence, and you can blame Doku for all of it.
Well, it's going to be even funnier too because this is going to be like the new slogan from Coca-Cola is that like, oh no, drink Coca-Cola because that's the right thing to do, because if you drink Pepsi, you're only drinking that out of protest about our wokeness, so that means you're a white supremacist and all this if you drink Pepsi and shit. And wouldn't it be funny if they did actually fucking do that and they got their asses sued to the net, like back into the Stone Age by Pepsi, and then it just became like a one soda monopoly? Pepsi become
Yeah,
fucking bigger than Coke. That'd be fucking
yeah.
hilarious.
and see,
Right,
so here's the funny part where I actually will give Lucas some credit. Whether he intentionally did this or unintentionally did it, I'm not sure. I do not know what goes on in the mind of the amazing Lucas. Man, I'm going to sit here and tell you, I'm finna about to give you a compliment, man. So I can go ahead and do all these fucking voices and do all the same type of shit and paint people in fucking broad brush lights. Here's the thing. If you want to point out the fact that, yeah, everybody can kind of be a dick, everybody can, appeal to stereotypes and use it to make fun and mock people, guess what? Yeah, there are discriminating fucking assholes on the left. There are discriminating assholes on the right. Call them out all you want. That's fine. Call them out all you want, make fun of them. That's fine. I hope you continue to do that, because nobody is above criticism. But do it in such a way that doesn't end up making you look like just the same fucking bigoted nonsense, tried bullshit with a different fucking flavor on the other side of the coin. If you think Crowder is bad and Crowder's a racist, guess what? Crowder could turn around and say the same thing about you the same way that I did. And if you can't fucking see that, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. You're not solving the problem. Mock it, make fun of it, call it out, draw attention to it. But the way you're doing it is just propagating the same shit you're bitching about. That's why you deserve to be criticized. But if you're just doing it for entertainment, fucking just admit it. Say like, bro, it's just entertainment. You're taking it too seriously. Maybe I am. If I am, cool. Then
Social experiment, bro.
hey, if I'm taking it too seriously, then that's better than the alternative, because the only other alternative is that Amazing Lucas thinks that he lives in LA and everybody who lives in fucking Oklahoma is fucking white and racist and Republican. That makes you just as much of a fucking self-absorbed, bigoted, pretentious prick. So go fuck yourself. If that is the case.
Fair. And just so as it has been said, just in case people are thinking, oh, you're only saying that because you're on the internet. No, if this Lucas dude actually has an issue with what we're saying, I am more than happy to sit there and chat with him, or more to the point, I'm going to let Doku talk to him, and good luck to the guy. Doku, you just got to promise not to make him cry too much.
Oh, see, it's funny that you bring that up, because there's a lot of people who are Amazing Lucas fans. Again, I'm still subscribed to the guy, and I still watch him, which, yeah, I watch people I disagree with all the fucking time. You don't believe me, you can go find my fucking Twitter account, Doku_HL_SD. I argue with a fucking very left liberal PhD, psychology. Don't ask me why. I'm a masochist, apparently. We agree on almost nothing. But I still like having discussions with the dude because I enjoy listening to his opinion, even though I actually absolutely disagree with it. Just because I disagree with someone doesn't mean I'm not going to listen to them. That being said, I'm not the guy who says, nope, fuck you, yeet, or you're muted, or get the fuck off the stream, or, you know, looks at people that says shit in his chat that he doesn't like and then pins the fucking comment and then proceeds to roast them for 10 fucking minutes. And I don't do that. That seems childish. It seems stupid. It's funny, but it's still funny in a childish and stupid way. And I know there's people who go like, well, you could just call in to disagree. I have other shit to do with my time than to waste, or maybe it wouldn't be a waste if I actually did get a chance to talk with Lucas, if he ever decided to select my call at fucking random. But I have other shit I'm usually doing at the time. Why am I going to, as Lucas said, time is money. Why am I going to take the time to call into a show where he might just go, oh, no, that's racist. Yeet. Bye. Muted. Fuck you. Why? What would be the fucking point? Lucas could respond to me. Hey, that's fine. If Lucas responds to me, clips the shit, I don't care. I'll respond back. That'll be perfectly fucking fine. If he wants to sit down and have a fucking debate, a discussion, even though I'm a fucking nobody by comparison to him, cool. I don't care. I'm always down. I've talked to people that are a lot larger than me. Wouldn't have a problem with that either. And I don't always disagree with all the shit that Lucas says. Certain things deserve to be called out. Yeah, I agree with him that Steven Crowder's segment was an extremely poor taste. Extremely poor taste. And I like Crowder. Crowder's not above criticism. Neither are you, Lucas. And you're doing the same shit. And just to touch on what something else you brought up, Jensen, Lucas also will openly say, you're just going to say stuff like this on the internet, but you'd never say that to someone's face. I would tell you this to your face as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I have been punched. I have gotten into fights for telling people what they deserve to fucking hear. It's not going to stop me from telling them that. And yes, I will fucking punch back too. So I don't care about that whole, you wouldn't say that to my face. Yes, the fuck I would. Would you punch me over it? If you want to act like a fucking 5-year-old on the playground, which, you know, you want to talk about certain things about we have problems in certain cultures, certain communities. Oh, by the way, not a race thing. It's a cultural thing. Yeah, there are ghetto-ass fucking white boys out there, too. And yeah, they act like fucking children, too. And yeah, they punch people because somebody hurt their fifis for telling them what they fucking thought. Guess what? Words aren't fucking violence, but fist fucking are. I'm sure you could at least agree with that much, Lucas.
See, there's a thing with that, you know, like I've seen how big you are there, Doku, and I can only imagine the only way you'd hurt somebody if you punched them is that, like, when you hit them, your fist bouncing off their cheek made a kind of a sound, and then the other cunt was laughed so fucking hard his gut started fucking hurting.
You're not
I
denying.
wasn't aware we were punching. I wasn't aware we were punching fucking clowns and squeak toys. Sorry, Jimson, didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh, dear.
Oh, dear.
There's a Muppet joke to be made there, but I'm gonna have to wait for Miss Murder to show up for that one.
Oh God, yeah. He has a serious issue with Muppets, and yes, it's my fault, and no, I don't care. Just saying. Right. Well, yeah. So if this Lucas guy decides he wants to come back at us, and yes, I am using it in that term, go ahead. We actually don't care. To the degree, knock yourself out, buddy. If you wish to speak to us, I am more than happy to get you in touch with Doku. I'm sure he's more than happy to sit and explain to you why you are counted an asshole. Any problem with that?
I mean, I
Doku?
have no, like I said, I have no problem with people being assholes. I have no problem with people making jokes, even if the jokes are in poor taste. I do have an issue with people being hypocrites. You can't bitch about something and then turn around and do the same thing. That's my annoyance.
I'm okay with that. Mm-hmm. Oh, now that we've finished bitching about Lucas, anything you want to talk about, Farty?
Okay.
Your turn. We're picking on you. Is there anything you want to chat about, mate? You have free run to say what you like. I don't care.
I'll probably get halfway through it and have another blackout. I just came back from one, and I'm sitting there watching the battery on me laptop dying. I'm like, fuck. My phone's down to 5%, and it's like mobile hotspot. So I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna have to go for a drive just at least to charge me fucking phone up. And I'm thinking, oh, hang on, I've got a tablet now too, so I can go and charge that up in the car. And fuck, this means I'm gonna have to go for an hour's bloody drive. Like, oh, fucking hell. And then just as everything's like ticking down to the last fucking percentage and shit, like, boom, fucking lights come back on. Woohoo!
Yay.
So,
Bonus.
yay.
We have live.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Then the internet started dicking around, and it's like, yeah, because the greenie cunts had said it's never, ever going to rain again. What's the bet they didn't waterproof this new national broadband internet fucking stupid bloody thing that they put in the ground instead of up in the air like normal people do with bloody wires and shit. And yeah, it's pissing down rain because, global warming. Coldest fucking summer we've had in fucking decades. But I know, see, global warming makes the place cool as well. So it's the warming part doesn't necessarily mean warming. Apparently.
That's open for humour instantly.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the feminists' argument, where like no doesn't necessarily mean no. Sometimes it means yes.
Yeah, that's going to cut a whole lot of ice with these people.
Yeah. So fucking now it's pissing down rain. What's the bet? Fucking I've been having problems with the internet since, and they're like, fucking, they didn't waterproof it properly, and something's fucking going wrong with it.
Are you shocked? I don't think you are you? Really?
Oh, of course not. Of course not. Looking forward to the 6 to 12 month wait of having someone come out and actually repair it. Having no internet at all for that long, or going off my phone as a mobile hotspot.
Oh, that's not going to be fun. Mm-hmm.
I could use the tablet as a mobile hotspot for home. Do that.
It's still not cool. Got to though. That's the thing. I mean, it's not that you know how to do it and all that. It's not that technical. Even I could probably work it out eventually. But why should you bloody well have to? Okay. Theoretically, I don't know how it works in Australia, but over here, you pay for your ISP, and the internet is supposed to magically appear. In your case, it's not appearing. What the hell is going wrong? And then you're not going to get your internet for what was you saying? A couple of months?
Well, this is the actual like wires that come up to the house. Okay, so we've got back when I was born, it was called Telecom. Then they privatized it 4 times, and cunts bought the fucking privatized company 4 fucking times over. So they bought things that they'd already owned, sometimes 3 times already. Stupid fucking idiots. Anyway, I know this country is fucking retarded. Hey, let's sell Telstra to the public. Yeah, okay. We need some more money. Let's just see if we can sell the dumb cunt something they already own. And then, like a few years later, it's like, hang on a minute. Let's see if it'll work a 3rd time. Holy shit, it did.
Yeah. You've heard the term "fool me once, shame on me; fool me twice, shame on you." What is it once it gets to fool me so many times we're freaking bored with it? Okay. Ah, Lordy. Okay.
Well, anyway, so Telstra owns the infrastructure. They own all the lines, the switches, and all this kind of shit. And the same thing in most other countries too. Like in say America, there's like AT&T own the infrastructure in like 90% of half of one side of the country, and they might have like local servers and shit like that will hire the infrastructure.
Yeah.
So kind of thing, and we've got different national networks that fucking do the same thing out here. So whatever ISP you've got are still using the Telstra lines, but it's Telstra's responsibility to come and fucking fix it.
Okay.
So,
and just real quick in the chat, I want to say good morning to Memes and Tiger Lily and whoever else is watching us. Memes, I am aware that Lucas does a call-in show. The reason I'm addressing him in this format is because I'm not criticizing or disagreeing with the topic that he has talked about. I'm criticizing him and his approach. I have no problem talking to him. I have no problem addressing him. I would call in to criticize him, but I'm not calling in to criticize Xbox versus PlayStation or if Steven Crowder is or isn't a racist. I'm not calling in for that reason. And I'm not going to waste my time calling in to a show where I might or might not even be selected if there's a solid chance that he just doesn't like me and says, "Oh, no, you're a racist, yeet." That's a waste of my fucking time.
Agree. Anyway,
again, if he wants to respond to it, go for it, dude.
I also put in my thanks for coming out for all of you, and I'm hoping you're enjoying yourself, and I'm really hoping this Minecraft thing's working, because it's going to be so funny if it's not, and nobody actually knows. Actually, that's a good point. In the chat, let Doku know if you can actually see me playing this box-ridden game, or am I...
Oh, well, you're supposed to be playing Minecraft at the moment.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Oh, yeah, we probably
we'd all be seeing it if you were.
Yeah, we probably should have asked that at the beginning, and I was too busy paying attention to the chat. I actually didn't look at the StreamYard, so...
All right, that's easy. We can remedy this now. Just go to share.
Yep.
And then just go to what you were doing to bring up the screens the last time. And there should be a drop-down thing come down from the search bar, which should say, ask which screen you want to share. Then select that. And then it should be a selection down the bottom of how you want to orient it, whether you want the game in the big box and us, threes down the side, or fuck us off completely, or something along those lines.
According to the chat, they can't see it either. So I'm gonna go ahead and guess that's a That's a no.
Oh, what the hey! I'll just leave it
No,
where
no,
it is.
'cause-
I'll stay here and chat with you guys. Hello, everyone. I'm back.
No, because you can tell, like we'd be able to see it too. It's like last
that
week.
would probably help. Okay, well, yeah. As you can tell, I know slightly less than bugger all about electronic things. So hey, it didn't work. Whatever.
Well, at least we know whatever we did is not the way to do it. So,
Yes.
process of elimination. Let it begin.
Yeah. Thank you, Joe Gurley. Don't I feel fucking stupid? Actually, in all fairness, you didn't miss anything. I got to wander around, beat things up with random objects to shove them in backpack, and you saw an incredibly flat area that used to have mountains because I got bored one day and got rid of them. That is literally all you missed. Okay.
So you didn't even slap anything with a fish.
No, I've actually done that already. I slapped a couple of sheep because it was funny.
Oh, so you slapped Yorkie with a fish. Gotcha.
Yeah. Oh, but what you did miss last night, Doku, was that Jez done his Digital Pollution 100th episode thing. And it seems that my joke about Yorkie being a Welshman has infected that as well. Because Magic Bollocks has gone in there and he started off chatting about Yorkie, who's come in. He's like, so what's it like in the valleys there? How are you enjoying being Welsh? And it just went on and on. And Yorkie was not a happy bunny. I love it.
I almost feel bad, but I'm a dick, so I don't.
It's fun though, isn't it?
It is. We're all friends here, and we're also all assholes.
Oh, if anyone ever thinks I'm not an asshole, they obviously haven't spoken to me for more than 30 seconds. It's just confusing, it really is. I'm polite, but I'm an asshole.
I'm an asshole, and I'm proud of it.
I'm so glad someone did that. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so much of an asshole. Dennis Leary wrote a fucking song about me.
ASSHOLE. I agree with
Everybody.
Still a good tune, it really is.
And Jim in the chat's already on that.
Oh yeah, I'm seeing this. It fits. Yeah, so I've never actually watched this Lucas dude, and to be honest, I can't actually see the urge to. But hey, if by some strange, confusing reason he actually ends up hearing us and actually, watches this and wants to talk to any of us, I'm more than happy to chat with him. I know, absolutely bugger all. I'm just going to hand you over to Doku and leave it at that.
He probably won't respond, but if he does, I have no problem sitting down and having a debate with him. He's sat down and had a debate with Jeremy from Geeks and Gamers and another video game guy that I don't follow because I don't pay attention to gaming YouTube that much. I really couldn't care less. It's video games, man. It's not of that much consequence. The same way you'll hear me bitch about Marvel Comics and shit like that from time to time, but again, it's of no consequence. It's not that fucking important. It's good for entertainment. That's about it. If you look at it from that side of things, like,
hey, Shorty, go on.
Yeah, just real quick, just to address the chat. Will Bic lighters look exactly the same in a couple of 100 years? No, because we're all supposed to not be smoking little clean vegetarian little cocksuckers by then.
This is all it will literally vanish. Go on,
so, and I use the line is I use public toilets and I piss on the seat. My favourite one is fucking. Sometimes I park in handicap spaces while handicapped people make handicap faces. Anyway, sorry. Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. It's you, Doku. You was the one talking, mate.
Oh yeah, no. Like I said, Lucas is good for entertainment, but the same way I would tell people don't. don't go to Crowder or Mark Dice for political commentary first. The same way I would tell you don't go to Fox News or Tucker Carlson or CNN's Don Lemon or Brian Stelter. View it all as entertainment first. That's how you should look at it. It'll help keep you grounded.
No. Hold up. Are you telling me that Don Lemon isn't telling the complete and utter truth? I'm shocked, sir. I'm shocked. How
Not
can you
not
say such things?
not the bastion of all truth and nobility and fucking trustworthiness and why can't we just drop that cunt with the fucking solo static line off the back of a fucking Hercules like over Somalia or something like that and let the locals deal with that fuckwit?
Oh, I'll be honest. I have to correct myself. I realize I done goofed. It should have been Don the Stankfinger Lemon.
That's better.
I got to give him his proper title.
Yeah.
He's American royalty,
interest.
after all.
Yeah, just a question. Did anything happen about that, or did it just quietly disappear? Because it appears to have just quietly vanished.
I have no idea, but I haven't seen any follow-up stories that I'm aware of, and he's still on the air, so I'm guessing nope.
So I thought, okay, sorry, I just, it's one of those things I wanted to ask people, and I've never actually been around to speak to people when I've remembered it, so.
Oh, and that's the thing. I'm pretty sure the internet hasn't forgotten about it, but yeah, much in the same way that the internet hasn't forgotten about the big H little B laptop, or the fact that that Washington Post article that had falsified quotes that quietly got retracted that the mainstream media refuses to talk about that were quoted during the impeachment trial. If it weren't for the internet, no one would know about that either. But on that same token, if you think just because the internet remembers something's actually going to happen because of it, I got a bridge to sell you.
Yeah, it's a British line. You're not allowed to use that one, okay?
I'm appropriating it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a white American. All I can do is appropriate culture because America never really existed to begin with in the first place. We stole it from the indigenous people, and I'm white, and we have no culture. What choice do I have?
Dude, I've heard apparently the Africans invaded America before the Europeans did. Work that one out.
Well, if you believe that the Scandinavians and the Vikings were black, then technically this makes sense.
Yeah, no. Oh, I don't know if I even told you about this, Doku. I was talking to one brain donor. I'm not joking, okay? He actually thought that the Africans invaded Ireland. I'm just going to leave that there. Yeah.
I mean, the Moors invaded Europe, and the Romans had slaves of a darker skin color, and the Romans did.
No. The Africans got in their goddamn canoes, came up and invaded Ireland. Apparently, according to this.
So,
Genius.
the first question I have is this: which
Go on.
African empire specifically?
Well, it'd have to be like, you'll see. Now, this is going to sound all wrong. Go fuck yourselves. These are all facts, not my opinions. And if you don't like them, take them up with the academics that fucking came up with this shit.
Yeah.
Who are now being branded as white supremacists and all this kind of stuff. But fucking pygmies pretty much of the first migrational African people, right? And they pretty much went everywhere. They got as far as Southeast Asia and all this kind of stuff. The South Sentinel Islands is the last known untouched race of pygmies still left on the planet, and they're pretty adamant they want to be left that way. They're all through Indonesia and all this kind of stuff. There's a lot of pygmism in Indonesian culture and all this kind of shit. and the Aboriginals came from Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fair to say that the Pygmies did reach Australia and were here a hell of a lot earlier. And for the first 30 odd years of my life, I've been told that the Aboriginals are only supposed to have been here for 40,000 years. Now, recently in the last 20 years, what's actually happened here is they've gone and said, oh, no, it was more 60,000, not 40,000. And it's become apparent that's because we found fossilizations of a race of pygmies that were here prior to 40,000 years. So that's how it magically, went from 40 to 60. No, we were here the whole time and all this kind of shit. So they predate pygmies apparently, and everyone come from Africa. Right.
Oh, so that brings up a good point, and I kind of jumped the gun by asking which African empire specifically. So I'll go ahead and walk it back. I'll just say it for anybody that might come back and try to pull a gotcha on me. I'll walk that back. So, who invaded? Or was it migration? Was it colonization? If that was the case, where did they migrate from? If it was from Africa and they migrated to Europe and settled in Ireland, doesn't that make them now Irish instead of African? Hence, the whole settling in somewhere that isn't Africa where they migrated from.
Well,
see, that's where Homo sapien came from Africa, and it depends on which way you look at it. Where if they settled, migrated, invaded, or whatever, because remembering that it's not so long ago that fucking interbreeding and all this kind of stuff made Caucasians and all this kind of stuff, and they basically fought the Neanderthals and gained supremacy in Europe and all this kind of shit, and then pretty much bred out a lot of the fucking negrotic fucking traits that was brought up from Africa and all this kind of shit. And over thousands of years, people evolved to not really need so much melanin in their skin to prevent themselves from getting so sunburnt in a hot climate, because they're not in a hot climate with so much sun anymore.
Logically speaking, that would make sense. The 2 points I would bring up is, if that's the case, then why do we call people from Africa African, or people from Europe European, or people from Asia Asian? But let's say
okay.
we're all African, though. Let's just go with that. Say we're all African. So then white people are also African. So let's see what they do with that realization.
Well, that is true. That is true, and in some sort of way, you can sort of see it as you get across Russia, where you go from Eastern Europe and sort of normalised Western white-looking people. Like you go from Britain, and everyone looks normal, and sort of the further you get across Europe, and especially around the Balkans, you start seeing giant foreheads and goofy fucking, they look sort of more like Simpsons characters, the human personifications of actual Simpsons characters and shit like that, like Cletus. But inbreeding will do that to you. But anyway, and sort of as you're getting across and you get into sort of Middle Asia and all this kind of stuff, you see sort of some darker skins and all this kind of shit as you're starting to get into the Indies. And then a little bit further north of the Indies, you start getting the more Asian into Chinese, but there's still a lot of white traits, and a lot of the stands like Tajikistan and Turkmenistan and things of that nature. They've got a lot of these. They look like they should be white people, but they're not, and they sort of have got more Chinese in them than they do actual fucking white people, and their traits have sort of descendants of Genghis Khan and stuff like that, where he was running around rooting a whole bunch of cunts. And you can actually see it, like, still nowadays, like how, like, sort of, you know, you had the Caucasians, and this is why we're called Caucasians, because the white sort of people started filtering out the black people and all this kind of stuff through the Caucasus, through with the Neanderthals and all those kinds of people, started giving them sort of like, you know, lighter skin and all this kind of shit, and breeding out the fucking and killing off the Neanderthals. So that was around that area, and generally, like, Russia is considered a white country. So pretty much everything from the stands up and around and over towards Europe and all that are Caucasian. And that's where that term comes from.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the whole reason I brought up what I said is, if we go with the argument that's been made that everybody's African, well, then the whole racism thing kind of falls apart now, doesn't it?
True.
Again, we all stemmed from Africa, whether it was Pangea or it's just every, you know, Fertile Crescent, cradle of humanity. We all migrated to other areas of the world, and over hundreds, thousands, tens of thousands of years, we all evolved, and through breeding, external environments, we all ended up looking differently. But if we all stemmed from the same place, then, well, you're kind of making the argument of, well, you're all part of the human race, and the human race all started in Africa, so then, yeah, racism doesn't really exist. It's just you're a discriminating asshole because somebody doesn't look like you. You're just discrimination. But it's racism. No, not really. You're all human, so
yeah. Well,
doesn't really matter.
Here's the thing to look at, okay? This is meant with absolutely no connection to racism, but if you was going to define the Africans in a certain manner, you would say tight black curly hair and dark skin. Any problem with this as a descriptive?
In general, I mean, with the exception of some northern African regions, but yeah, for the most part.
Okay. Which point would you use that term to describe the Irish?
When their hair and skin color changed.
Yeah, where they got infected. Yes.
Well, see, that's where the pygmies came up and fucked all the leprechauns to death. They kept the curly hair, but it came out orange.
What a horrible.
All the colors of the rainbow, and you choose orange.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so there's not the bloody little fucking leprechauns and midget cunts. There's not much DNA in them, so you know there wasn't really much in the fucking the Aryan part of the leprechaun to fucking dilute the black in the hair. So
Tiger Lily's got the description for the name for these creatures. Pygmycorns. I agree. I think that's a perfect name.
Oh,
there you go.
There's so many bad jokes to be made.
Mm-hmm. Oh God!
Isn't that picking the corn, sir? To be sure, sir.
I can say now, TM has got this completely correct. We are going to orange hair bad. You know that they are going to start using that as a term.
Oh no, we should fucking start it and just like it'd be a confusing thing. Are they talking about fucking Donald Trump, or they just having another dig at poor fucking gingers? You figure it out.
Goku, you know what to do, man. You was the one that agreed with me that we should try and put Snow is racist. Let's see if you can do it with orange hair's bad.
The thing is that people jumped on the whole Snow is racist thing too. That's the funny part. Snow is actually indeed deemed racist in certain circles.
Using charcoal as the snowman's eyes and mouth is racist.
No.
Because that's technically blackface.
We actually went for the subtle thing of Snow is racist because it's white. Yes, that's right. You should have black snow. I'm just going to let you enjoy that mental image for a few moments.
The thing is, my original pitch was snow is racist because how often does it snow in Africa? But then you see people who don't do so well in cold environments, and therefore nature is racist. Fuck that. I'm going for broke. Nature is in and of itself racist.
It snows in Kilimanjaro.
The fact that nature would force the human race to evolve to develop different skin tones or different facial features, or God forbid, force us to actually reproduce and have children so the species can continue existence, it's clearly racist. Nature is forcing us to pick.
Yeah, and Fatty, you are correct. It does. I heard you mumbling. Nice try.
He said, "Where in Africa does it snow?" And I'm like, "It snows on Mount Kilimanjaro."
Well, see, mountains are clearly racist, then.
Yeah.
And sexist because it looks like a big boob.
God,
That's a nipple.
It's too easy. I know these are all jokes. But this is the type of logic people use nowadays when they're trying to justify something as racist or sexist, homophobic, misogynist. And take your fucking pick of what the buzzword of the day is. This logic in their minds is viable.
I know. We should all get feminists off the planet and get them to all vote to go off to fucking Mars and shit like that, where there are no trees, because they can't be walking around this planet because trees are actually Mother Nature's pubes, and we're walking around on her private parts when we're going for walks in the bush and all this kind of stuff. So they're sexually molesting Mother Nature and Gaia, the spirit of the earth, whatever the fuck the thing was from fucking Captain Planet. So I like to try and fucking get that thought in their heads that they shouldn't even be here because they're molesting Mother Nature and shit. So they'll volunteer to fuck off and go to Mars.
No, see, everyone's getting it wrong. They keep saying they should send the feminists to Mars. No, it's actually already predefined. Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. We should send them there. Now, if you know anything about Venus, you know exactly why I want to send the feminists there. And it'll be really, really funny for about 3 seconds.
Oh, you're assuming they could actually get to Venus first. That's the bigger challenge.
I didn't say anything about a rocket. This will be one of the few times I like the idea of the trebuchet. Yes, that's right. I said it.
It's going to have to be one hell of a big trebuchet, but yeah, no, I'm on board with it. Why not? Elon Musk, you have a new job.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus, but now under Biden, Kim used to be a Tim, but also still has a penis.
Yeah, that's Warren Bart. Oh dear. Well, is there anything more you want to say about Mr. Lucas, Doku?
No, I pretty much gave out my criticism for him. Again, as far as entertainment goes, yeah, all right, entertainment, but don't sit there and try to scream about racism and this and that when you're going to do the exact same shit as the people you're criticizing. Like, that just makes you a hypocrite, dude. Plain and fucking simple.
Okay.
But
Fine.
it's new to age there, Doku. It's okay when they do it.
Fi, you got anything you want to say, mate? Because otherwise I'm going to bring this to an end. We've been going for an hour and it was only meant to be a 20-minute stream.
Anything I want to say?
Yeah,
big fat piss flaps.
Oh, that's a good conversation. That is a perfectly reasonable argument, sir. Okay. In that case, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming out and listening to us waffle on about random things. And sorry about Minecraft. It didn't work. It is what it is. Hope everyone has fun, and I'll see you later. Bye-bye, everyone.
Maybe